Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the TMG podcast. Today is a very special podcast. I have to intro it. I'll try not to make it weird. I have to try not to fan out right now because this is a guy that I have genuinely looked up to and has been a personal inspiration for the last, 10 years of my life. I want you to start clapping in your car, at work, wherever you are right now. This dude's very important to me, Mr. Brent Weinbach, everybody. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for the really nice intro. I can't believe it, actually. And when you first said this is a very special episode, it made it sound like we were going to be talking about, drug abuse or something like that.
Yeah. We have recovering addict Brent Weinbach in the building, dude.
This is a very special episode. Or we're going to talk about inappropriate relations with adults and children or something like that, it's like something, it's not like one of those, sitcom episodes or something like that. It was a very special episode. By the way, it still could be about that.
We could definitely talk about that.
We could go there, yeah.
They're actually, I did a show this weekend in Oklahoma City, and there is a couple there that has come to see me 3 times now, and they are like a crazy age gap relationship. Her husband is like
many.
I forget the number. She's definitely like mid-20s, and he is like has to be just on the cusp of 50. So it's like
okay, let's think about that. 50 and let's say 25?
Yeah.
Well, look, I realized the new hack is if you're having trouble meeting people your age, because maybe your references are different, let's say you're 50, and you're trying to meet somebody who's 40 to 50, well, okay, maybe they're all taken, and so you're looking at people in the 30s. Well, they don't really get your references, but then by the time you get to somebody who's 25, their parents are the same age as you, And so their references are the same as yours. So you're connecting them because they were raised by people your age. I think that's the new hack, I think.
Why have you been thinking of that?
Well, I guess I thought about it because, well, to be honest, look, I'm not 50, okay? But I'm in my mid-40s, and I went on a date with someone in their 30s, and not long afterwards went on a date with somebody who was in her 20s. I didn't know that, actually.
Right.
I found that out then, but I actually kind of found that I connected more to the 20-something-year-old, and we were talking about it, and then I found out that her mom was around 50 or something like that, and I thought, that's why. I'm close in age to your mom, and so that's why we know some of the same stuff.
That's so crazy.
So that's the new... So I wonder if that has something to do with why older people might go out with someone who's younger, why there might be a big age gap, because maybe they're actually connecting better than somebody who's just like halfway there.
Like
or maybe they just want to feel young again or something like that. That's not the case with me. I like references and stuff.
You like connecting based on references.
I like references.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, how can you have a conversation, especially in America, without references?
Yeah, no, I mean, especially if you know the 80s, that's a plus,
Yeah.
And basically people who are kind of midway for that couple you met, someone who's probably 35, they don't really know the 80s as well.
Yeah, and if you're in your 30s watching this and you were like, oh, Brent looks kind of cute, well, he ain't going to get his references, so fucking pack it up.
Forget about it, I guess.
Yeah, pack it up, dude.
No, I mean, to be truth be told, though, I think 30s is probably the best age.
You think?
Yeah.
Just in life?
Yeah.
I've heard that many times.
I think that's prime time.
I agree.
People look the best, I think, then, and they also... I think their personalities are developed in the best way at 30s.
I agree with that. Yeah, I was afraid of being in my 30s, but then my tour manager he was like, "No, man, your 30s are your best. You're like,
it's the ultimate.
Your brain is like congealed,
and you also, I think you're still developing your 20s, and you're fully developed.
Yeah,
and you're fully developed in your 30s. You have breasts now.
Yes.
You have
my A's came
hips
in
and
so
stuff.
Nice. Yeah, my curves, dude. They just really filled me out.
Yeah, I mean, your thighs are looking good in your 30s.
And by the way, we're talking about you as well. If you're in your 30s, I know we just told you to pack it up a second ago.
Yeah,
now we're complimenting
you. We
you.
Were just joking earlier.
Totally.
I mean, now
your tits and thighs are
in fact,
insane.
We don't want you packing it up. We want you moving in permanently.
Yeah,
you're here to stay. If you're in your 30s.
We love your tits and thighs. And that's from us.
Yeah.
Cosign.
And that's coming from the heart, And that's straight from the heart.
Dude, I think something, since I've seen it and I have to bring it up, that has always stuck with me is that bit where you would do on stage where you'd go, yo, I gotta go. But then you'd have someone come up and yeah.
That was when we first started getting back to doing live shows after the pandemic.
Yes.
Or it was actually, the pandemic was still going on.
Yes.
But it was a year after it started.
Yeah.
And I was still a little hesitant to go do live shows.
Yeah.
So I had somebody be a surrogate comedian for me.
Yeah.
And so he had an earpiece in, and from home, I told him what to. We connected, and I was at home, and I told him exactly what to say and how to say it, and he said what I would say, and so he was my surrogate comedian. Yeah, Dan Ramos.
Yeah.
Dan Ramos was my surrogate. Yeah. Actually, Dan Ramos is in my he's in my special.
Okay, great.
He plays the stagehand in my special. Yeah.
So you're still sort of a surrogate.
He's in there. Yeah, he's in the mix. He's definitely in the mix. Yeah. He's definitely he's extending me in some way.
Yeah. Yes. Here we
there
go.
he goes. Yeah, that's
yes.
the bit. Yeah.
I remember seeing this and just like crying, laughing.
Oh, thanks.
I thought this was genius.
Oh, thanks.
Yes.
Thanks.
So good.
Oh, thanks. The bit he's doing of mine on there. It was me doing the bit, really. But this bit is on the special also.
Okay, good. All right, so we won't spoil it.
Oh, you can't. It'll be a little preview clip or whatever. Right. I mean, we don't have to dwell on that,
No. No. Yeah, I want everyone to feel like, they have to go click. Brent has a special out literally, what time does it come out today? Because
it came out at 8, but I think...
a.m.?
8 a.m., yeah.
So it's out.
It's out, yeah.
So you need to listen to all this, and then you need to end this, and you need to go watch the special entirely, or just stop here and go watch the special.
And then come back.
Yes.
Come back before, it's like stop this now before you kind of get, I don't know, sick of me or whatever.
Right.
Watch the special, come back, finish it up, and then you can get sick of me, and it's okay. You already watched the special. No longer... Your services are already rendered. Whatever, services rendered.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, because that's as a viewer, you are rendering services.
Yeah,
never forget that.
No, we thank you for your service.
Yeah,
we salute you. Yeah, we salute you, and we thank you for your service by watching our stuff.
As a matter of fact, don't let anyone ever take away your valor. Like if you hear someone in earshot going like, "Oh, I watch YouTube videos too," make sure you stand up and you go, "You don't fucking watch YouTube videos like I do," okay? Because if you're just watching them while you're taking a shit or you're eating lunch, you're not a real viewer, okay? That's not real services rendered.
No, you have to sit and look.
Yeah,
you can't just be listening.
Yeah,
this is a video podcast.
Yeah, and that's why we put it here, because you guys watch it.
Do you do audio on this?
We
audio
do. Yeah,
you do.
And if you're listening,
and you know what? No disrespect. But if you're just listening, you can
go fuck yourself. Honestly.
Yeah. Pack your bags, actually. Okay, unless you're in your 30s, Then
we have a lot of requirements when you listen to this podcast. If you're 30s, we like your T's and A's, but we don't like your attitude. Yeah. But then we kind of do. I have to send one text real quick. Sorry.
Oh yeah. By all means. Is it just you're sending a note to yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. When I go home, watch the special.
Watch the special.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, where'd you film it? I'm curious.
At the UCB Theater.
Fun. Nice.
Upright Citizens Brigade Theater.
Yeah.
On Franklin. It's an intimate environment, and it was a little bit of a problem actually in the post phase of the production, because it's a small place and it's kind of an old theater. I mean, before there was the UCB Theater, it used to be the Tamarind Theater, you know? And before that, it was the Tomcat Theater, where they had the all-male review, And then they had, it was just like this, whatever. It was there was a lot of sequins and stuff. And then before that, it was, I think it was the Brecht Playhouse, They did all Brechtian stuff. And then before that, it was Plato's Cave. Okay. I think they did shadow puppets and stuff, They did the whole Legend of Scheherazade, there or whatever. Right, it has a long history,
Yeah.
But anyway, it's all wooden and stuff. And it moves easily, So the cameras that were on tripods...
No way.
Unfortunately, you'll notice this in the special, that they kind of shake whenever people are... clapping or
anything
or laughing.
Oh my God.
and and believe me, people were laughing and clapping a lot.
A lot.
You know?
A lot.
I mean, and you can see it. The proof is in the pudding, because if you watch the special, you're going to be, why is it shaking like that?
Yeah.
Well, I rocked the house.
Literally.
You know, and that's what happened. It was the house was rocking, and I couldn't help it. I mean, the show was so explosive.
Yeah.
But it was a little bit of a problem. And I even thought for a second, it did kind of bother me that it was shaking.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh man, I thought maybe I should sort of lean into this and just make it digitally shake a lot.
Yeah.
So it just looks like I'm just some earthquake comedian, you know, just you know, just destroying, like maybe put special effects in there, like lightning and stuff, you know,
having it fall apart.
You know, just put special effects where it feels like there's a storm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm just like, I am the elements.
Yeah.
You know?
Goddamn, would have been so awesome if it ended on some $300,000 SFX sequence at the end where the whole thing just caves in.
It starts off light shakes,
yeah,
you know, tremors,
yeah,
and then it just becomes a 10.0, you know.
Yo, I get that reference, by the way.
10.0,
yeah, and
tremors. Tremors. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I was thinking of the kid on the pogo stick.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
That always freaked me out actually as a kid. Like I could never watch someone hit a pogo stick, like without that feeling of like, what if they just get eaten right now, right the fuck now? But that's cool. So
anyway, yeah, I probably wouldn't do it there again.
Yeah. But you're hearing it here first, folks. Brent rocked the house. So
yeah, so you might want to try to get in on that.
Yeah,
maybe it might rock your house if you watch it at home too. But you know what? Also, yeah, maybe it's a little showy to have the camera shaking like that. Maybe it's seems like it's a little braggadocious to have the camera shake. So, by the way, we tried to do stabilization on it. It didn't work.
Nah, because then you end up look like you're like kind of floating.
Yeah, it looked like it made me look AI or something. You know what I mean? It made me look like it wasn't really me. You know, it was like some sort of uncanny valley version of me or something like that, you know. It looked kind of messed up.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that could have been cool in another respect, I guess. Maybe it might have looked like I was some sort of surrogate of myself or something.
I was going to say, just further the surrogate.
Yeah, just play into that, yeah.
That's great though, man. I'm definitely like, I'm 1,000% watching it.
Oh yeah, no, thanks. I didn't know that you were familiar, you know.
Yeah. Dude, I feel like people
stuff, you know?
rediscover Mind Freak like every time there's a new social media.
There's always a cycle.
Yeah.
You know, Mind Jack. Yeah.
Mind Jack.
It's a parody of Mind Freak.
Yes.
Though. Yes. Actually, I saw Chris Angel live. Oh, you know, Chris Angel, he saw Mind Jack.
How do you feel about it?
He said it was effing hilarious.
Okay, great.
I don't know how. You know.
You can curse all you want.
Well, I mean, I like to be a good boy, so I won't even say the. I mean, I say the F word.
Yeah.
You know, if there's good reason to, but I don't want to just say it willy nilly.
Sure.
I want to save it for special occasions.
Of course,
you know?
yeah.
So he said it was that.
It was effing hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, it is. Yeah.
There's someone I know who, I guess her dad helps him build his props and stuff or something like that.
Yeah.
And so she showed him the thing. Originally for this video, I wanted to get him for it.
He's like in recent years, I feel like really embraced social media. I feel like
maybe I asked him at the wrong time or something.
No, but I think you could get him now and be like, yo, man.
Oh, well, maybe he could do the remake.
Yeah.
Maybe because there's always cycles of people rediscovering it.
Of course.
So maybe I do the remake of this and then
Mind Jack.
And then, get Chris, because that was the original idea. And originally I wanted to get a guy who was kind of similar to Chris Angel.
Yeah.
At least. But then it became a thing where I just want to get a guy who's muscular and has a kind of bad boy edge.
Mm-hmm.
And we auditioned a bunch of people, but I just couldn't find anybody that was really kind of nailing it in the right way.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, what if we reimagined it where I play it and I kind of just play a guy who wears, khaki pants and, tucked in shirt and stuff, And I thought that will be easier to control because there was a lot of other moving parts and I thought, it'll be easier to just get through the shoot if I'm just doing the character instead of trying to direct another guy.
Well, also, I feel like it wouldn't be as like constantly rediscovered if it was someone like closer.
Oh yeah,
like that to believable.
Oh yeah.
Because I feel like I don't know, like your on camera presence is just it's so like arresting for like a magician.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You're right. It's not the typical magician character, so maybe it worked out.
I think so because also I feel magicians are always they're kind of like slick and they're almost like too cool about it.
Yeah. Oh, you don't think I was too cool?
I mean,
no, I was just cool enough.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think like you kind of like you don't have like slick back hair. I guess what I'm thinking of is more like modern magicians. Like,
check this out. Have you ever seen David Copperfield?
Yeah. I mean,
you saw him.
Yeah. Because I've seen him live actually.
Me too. In Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah. When did you see him?
I was a kid. I think I was about like 9 or 10.
I mean, I don't know if you want to reveal how old your age is, but what era was that?
Oh God! I mean, I'm fine to reveal that. I'm 16 years old. No, I'm era. That
I guess I'm wondering what year around what time, because I saw him around 2016.
Oh, so I saw him way before that.
Yeah.
I think I was just going into 6th grade, maybe. So yeah, it would have been like 10 or So 2000.
Okay, well, I don't know what he was doing at that time.
Yeah,
but when I saw David Copperfield, it blew my ass mind. It was because it was not what I expected at all.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was like that for you going as a 11-year-old or whatever, but when I thought of David Copperfield, I thought, okay, this guy is going to be, a man of mystery. He was going to maybe have slicked hair or something, or he was going to be, David Copperfield, or I thought he was going to be just whatever,
sexy a little bit.
Yeah, sexy or whatever, or what you would think of as a magician, right? What you described almost. Yeah. But he came out, and again, this is in 2016. I don't know what you saw, but he came out, he was wearing just slacks, black slacks, and an untucked button-up shirt. It wasn't a fancy magician outfit or something. It was just, he looked like he might have been doing data entry, but it was after work. So he's kind of relaxed a little bit, where he took the shirt out a little bit, right? But he comes out looking like that, and this is his first words. How y'all doing tonight? It wasn't a mystery kind of man at all, He's like, how y'all, first of all, I don't even know where this accent was coming from. He's like, how y'all doing tonight? And I thought, wait, what? I thought, what is this? And then he started going, and he goes, everybody do this. Now do this. And he kind of has everybody follow along and do something with their hands and stuff. And he kind of twists his arm in a way that you can't do. He goes, now do this. Now do this. And then he goes, now do this. And then nobody can do it, and everyone's kind of going, whoa. And he goes, now do this. This is how he's talking the whole time in the beginning. And I thought, man, this is different. And then he lost that kind of accent in a way, and he kind of started talking normally, but he never got into a mysterious kind of persona. You know what I mean? And then that show just every 10 minutes it took a bizarre turn that I did not see coming.
Right.
And I kept on turning to the person I was with and thinking, what is this? What is this show?
Yeah.
It was so crazy.
Yeah.
And I don't know if those turns were taken.
No. When I saw him, I think he was still trying. I think he still cared. He was full like
he was more magician-y.
Oh yeah. He had the full like suit. I don't know how you describe it, like almost like cartoonish type jacket where it's like curved.
Oh yeah, he kind of looks like a waiter or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Like a kind of waiter at a bullfighting restaurant.
Yeah, just like,
that,
literally, yeah, that kind of vibe. And I remember him coming out, and he had the microphone like earpiece, like he looked really kind of special. And I think I remember there were tricks being done with just a woman before.
Oh yeah,
because it was like setting up to cut her in half.
Oh yeah.
And so
classic.
So she came out and she was like doing things, and it was like teasing him. She's like, oh, this is just the beginning of the magic. Then I remember he had like some big kind of moment where he pops out and he had the whole bravado as he's doing it. And then it led up to like cutting her in half. And I remember that in person freaked me out because I always knew those were fake. But then seeing like the saw and all that, I went like, ooh, actually like how? Like
you're looking at it thinking like, oh, this is actually real.
Yeah.
Because I'm seeing it live. It's actually not. There's no TV tricks going on here.
No, like
shoot, they're really sawing this person in half.
Fucked me up, like seeing the blade go through the box.
So how does she control her blood flow like that?
I know. And something that was distinctive to me was the sound of. It was very clear, like the saw was going through whatever the little gate was to like close the two pieces of the box to like separate it.
Oh yeah.
Like you could hear that noise, but I remember that noise distinctively. and it didn't like give anything away for me. It actually sounded really like grating.
It sounded like bone, maybe.
Yeah, like literally.
Maybe they're trying to saw through that bone. You know?
Through that spine.
Yeah, or maybe she could have also been a cyborg, you know, and maybe it was cutting through her. I guess if you had a cyborg doing that trick, it'd be pretty easy to pull it off.
Oh, most
because
definitely.
you can kind of cut through them, and it's not really a big deal.
No,
you know,
no.
I mean, just a little bit of
a little oil,
but a little oil drippage, you know, whatever.
Well, robots aren't.
There's no big whoop. Yeah, they're cool with it. I mean, you've seen Alien or Aliens or whatever. They're cool with being cut in half. You know what I mean? They're talking and stuff. They're giving you information about the previous crew. You know?
Yeah. And by the way, I get that reference, guys.
But
that's so funny,
I still don't really know how that trick works.
Oh,
the sawing in half thing. I mean, I imagine maybe there's somebody else hiding in the second box.
Yeah, they just
for
got
their legs.
2 girls.
There's 2 girls.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they kill one and then
2 girls, 1 box.
Yeah, 2 girls, 1 box. Right now, I'm like very nervous because I still think you're a magician. Actually.
Oh yeah, watch out. There might be cum in your mouth soon.
Yeah, Gangster Party Line, I was confusing my 2 jobs because I started being a programmer right when Gangster Party Line came out. I actually that was one of my first late night projects with the team, and I was like delirious. I wasn't very good at writing code at that point, and I remember our senior engineers running this just like cackling at their computers, and I'm like, oh, I want to know what's going on. And then I walked around, and I think we watched this 4 or 5 times that night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thanks for watching, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
Yes,
you know,
yes, thank you. Yeah. As a viewer, like, you know.
Did you you did computer programming?
Yeah. I was.
What do you what languages?
So I was self-taught. So I never
Q Basic.
No.
Turbo Pascal.
Yeah. No. I wish.
Okay, really? I don't know.
Deep. I started with just like basic web dev, so HTML, JavaScript, and then we had a bunch of legacy projects, so I learned like PHP, and then I worked a lot with like a framework within PHP called Laravel. It was like a rip of like Ruby, and then I just kind of focused on that.
So you did website coding.
Yeah, and then got into they call them web apps. It was replicating software on web, not nearly the same.
Web apps, they're both abbreviations.
Yeah,
they're I guess the web is not an abbreviation, but I mean they're not. I guess that's not. I guess the web. I guess a web. Never mind. I was thinking web would be short for website, but
I kind of think that's. I think that
website application.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's
okay.
That
so
is
they both are. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they were. And
web apps.
Web apps.
It's just something about the word web app. It makes me think.
Sounds like baby talk.
It does. It makes me think of ducks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not spiders.
Yeah.
It makes me think of ducks.
Yeah.
Because I just think of a duck almost making an app sound. app. You know what I mean? Or something like that. And they obviously have webbed feet or whatever, you know? So, web app, I just think of something like a duck. I'm thinking duck, go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's actually how they got the name.
I think that's how they got it. They were thinking web app. What does that sound like? Duck, go. What's up with these sites? You ever hear about those? You listen to public radio and they're like, oh, yeah, we're sponsored by Duck, Go and His Cox.
Yeah.
They knew what they were doing with that.
Oh, 100%.
Right? His Cox. Yeah. I mean, it's not Hickox it's His Cox.
Dude, it feels like old school marketing. It's like that gas station chain in the Midwest. Was it Come and Go?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, no, it's named after the owners. It's like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
You guys knew what you were doing.
There was this restaurant. It was a pho restaurant.
Yeah.
This was in the South Bay. Where are you from?
Toronto, but I pretty much grew up in
okay.
LA.
I got it.
Yeah.
It was a pho restaurant, and it was called the Pho King.
Yeah.
You know, they knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
And actually, one time I was in China, and I saw this street. It was all these Chinese named streets, and then no, I take it back. There was this one block that had all these Western names on it. Washington.
Yeah.
And, whatever, English kind of words or whatever. For some reason, there's one little section. And then one road in that section was called Tom Fuck. They knew what they were doing. They knew
Tom Fuck Road.
something like that. It was like Tom Fuck Street or something like that. Meanwhile, next to I'm on the corner of Washington and Tom Fuck. Either they knew what they were doing or what were they thinking? You know?
No, they had to have known. Maybe what was that movie with? Is it? Oh my God, what actor was it? Where it's like an action film and he like gets to the corner of the street. He's like,
Die Hard. No,
I'm on the corner. Eat shit and fuck you. It's like that famous. Maybe just look up the quote. God,
I think that was
my reference is bombing.
I think it was probably Invasion USA with Chuck Norris.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. I'm on the corner.
Or maybe it could have been
you.
Maybe it was the Delta Force.
No, I'll have to. Oh God.
It was from that movie, The Peripheral.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
God,
my reference, dude. It's fake.
No, I don't know that one. I don't think I know that one. I should know that one.
I'm so 30s right now. I'm so.
Is it old? What year is the movie from?
Man, this is one of those. It was pre-David Copperfield.
Okay, so this is probably maybe 90s.
Yeah, definitely 90s.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. What were the big action movies of the 90s? I mean, there was The Jackal. With Richard Gere.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis, I think. And then there was they had that one movie Face Off.
Yeah.
They had that one movie Face Off.
Oh, dude, when they did the scene where he had no skin on his face.
Oh yeah,
I never forgot that one either as a kid.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts, right?
Everything just freaking me out as a kid.
Right. I guess they kind of stole that Robbie Williams music video and Rock DJ, I think it is. They probably got that idea from Face Off. I think.
Fucking heaving, non-creative.
But Face Off might have stolen it from Peter Gabriel, Sledgehammer.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other famous action movies. I mean, I think that's pretty much it. They just had The Jackal and Face Off.
Yeah, those are the only two.
Those are the only two. Maybe The Fifth Element, if you consider that action.
That's more opera.
That's more of a concert film.
Yeah. Now you just got me thinking how in the 2000s, whoever the first pho restaurant was to do the fucking.
Yeah.
I felt like it exploded in LA. Like I felt I'd go to some other. I don't know, like even like Inland Empire, like Westminster or something, and I'd always see like a fucking or a.
Oh, you've seen fucking.
Yeah.
That was, first of all, it's interesting that pho became a trend,
Mm-hmm.
And also, what was also became trendy in the 2000s is frozen yogurt.
Yes.
That the Pinkberry thing, that got really big in the mid 2000s.
Yeah.
And obviously, there was frozen yogurt before that, but not frozen yogurt like this.
Not like this. Not like this. With strawberries and chocolate balls. It was different.
It wasn't, they tried to elevate frozen yogurt.
Yeah.
They wanted to take it to the artisanal level, And it was just interesting because it was kind of lowbrow before that, frozen yogurt,
And then it got so artisanal that you could make it yourself.
Yeah.
With places like Menchie's,
Oh, you know what I do at Menchie's?
What do you do?
I don't even go there for the yogurt.
What do you go there for?
I get just berries and whipped cream.
No way.
They have whipped cream as a topping there, and they have berries there.
So crazy, man.
So they have strawberries and blueberries, right?
Yeah.
I love berries and cream. That's my favorite dessert.
Yeah.
Just berries and cream. You go to Menchie's, you just get one of those cups. You don't even go to the yogurt. Just scoop that ass cream.
Yeah.
And then you just put the berries in there, ring it up. It's not that much money. It's pretty light, so they do it by the weight, It's not much money. And you're getting berries and cream, which is the best dessert there is.
Yeah.
That's the new hack.
Dude, you must look insane doing that.
I just say I love berries and cream, and they have it. Now, look, one thing I don't love is the whipped cream isn't, it's not classic whipped cream. It is, I think it's Cool Whip, Remember those commercials?
Yeah.
It's Cool Whip time, baby.
Yeah.
Remember those?
Yeah.
It's Cool Whip time, baby.
That's where David Copperfield got the voice.
Yeah.
Howdy, y'all.
I think he did say that when he came out. He's like, "How y'all doing tonight? It's Cool Whip time, baby."
Is this it? Is this my reference?
I think so.
Let it rip. Let's see if this is my reference.
You got the wrong guy. I don't even have a brother.
Oh, Chris Rock? Oh, they got it coming through. They got it coming through that pipe.
It's just a picture of me
right
in a suit. Could have got that off the internet. I saw a picture of Bill Gates with 3 titties on the net.
It is this movie. What movie is this?
You got the
Bad
wrong guy. I don't
Company.
even have a brother.
What's the movie called?
What is it?
Bad Company.
Bad Company.
Bad Company.
Yeah. Niche 2000s reference.
I don't know if I know that one, Bad Company. But I was kind of I was a bit withdrawn probably when this movie. What year did this movie come out?
I guess 2002.
Oh, 2002. Yeah.
This is post Copperfield. I was wrong.
Yeah, I was withdrawn at this point in my life. Basically starting in the mid 90s or so, I kind of started thinking pop culture stuff it didn't resonate with me.
Interesting.
And then I started to sort of withdraw from that stuff and basically didn't really, I kind of lost touch with what was going on in mainstream culture really for about 10 years.
Yeah.
And then I came back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
with full force.
Full force. And
how did you withdraw? Like you just were like,
I just wasn't paying attention to I stopped caring about wanting to see anything that came out.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I was really in the early 2000s, I was just really focused on stand up, and I was doing that all the time, and I didn't care about going to movies or anything like that.
Yeah.
If I did, I was watching old movies on videotape or something.
Got it.
And that's pretty much it,
Yeah, I mean, I did want to talk to you about this. You've never owned a cell phone.
Oh, yeah.
That is so wild.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's like, it really isn't. But I guess, was it like I don't know, was it that personal of a conviction, or were you just kind of like, fuck it, I'm not doing it? Or like, did you have like strong feelings like technology is...
No, it's not about technology.
Yeah.
I think this is what it was. In the late 90s, people started getting them, and I mean, there were people who were getting them earlier than that.
Yeah.
Those big ones, the bricks,
Yeah.
But, people started becoming a little more popular in the late 90s, and I thought it seemed cheesy to me in a way that I didn't want to be,
Yeah.
It just seemed like it seemed like they thought they were important enough that they needed to have a phone on them at all times. And I felt like that's not me,
Yeah,
I don't feel I'm important enough to need a phone on me at all times.
Yeah.
And it just seemed kind of, corny to me, I just thought that's not me. I'm the real me doesn't need a phone, I think. And then by the early 2000s, they had become really popular.
Yeah.
And I just thought, that's not me, Then later on into the 2000s, it started to get really annoying how much people were on their phones. They were always text messaging.
Yeah.
So they're just doing this all the time. And I'm thinking, hey, I'm hanging out right here. You don't need to, what do you, it just, the lack of presence started to really bother me. So then I started to get a little more militant about it.
Got it.
I joined the Black Panthers.
Yeah.
And I started, doing this movement,
Mm-hmm.
I started just getting annoyed by it at that point. And then I thought, I don't want that at all. But now it's kind of past that too. And now I just think, look, they're useful tools, obviously.
Yeah.
But
you've gotten this far, so
I just don't want. I don't know. It's something I ever lived by. I never got used to having one, and I don't want it.
Yeah.
And I don't need it.
Yeah.
I want to be free.
I mean, you are.
I just want to be free.
Yeah.
When I go out in the world, and by the way, I'm not against technology, really. I'm all for cyborgs, especially when it comes to magic tricks.
Oh, 100%,
you know what I mean?
100%.
Just make the job a lot easier.
Yeah.
But I have a laptop. If I go travel or whatever, I have a laptop with me, and that almost is like a cell phone in a way because I have Google Voice on there.
Yeah.
And I can make phone calls from the laptop. I can do text messaging on there if I need to, but it stays in the room.
Yeah.
Once I go out, I want to have as little on me as possible.
Yeah.
I just want to be free like a bird.
I mean, I think you've done it.
I want to fly like a bird.
Look, man, we can make that happen.
I want to fly.
We can get you some wings, man.
Not having a cell phone is how you fly. If you want to fly, you want to get high, kill your cell phone, and come bloom with me.
Come bloom with Brent, man. I'm not there yet. I would like to be there.
See, but once you have one, I don't know how hard it might be too hard to sort of get away from that, I think, But don't worry, you know what? I sacrificed me having a cell phone so that you can't have one.
Thank you.
I'm the Jesus Christ of cell phones.
Honestly.
Okay.
If we're looking at it, if we're taking a step back and we're looking at the big picture, you really are.
Yeah.
Brent died so the rest of us could, text and
sort of not and be rude in public spaces and at family gatherings, be somewhere else
as much as we want.
There was an ad I saw, I think it was for Facebook or something, and I usually don't talk crap, but this ad to me was poor because it showed this girl sitting with her family. It was some family dinner or something, and she was bored. So she got on her phone, and she's sort of doing this thing, and her boyfriend or whoever, I don't know, is having some kind of snow trip.
Yeah.
And then he's showing her all these pictures and stuff, and she gets so immersed in that it starts snowing and stuff in her world or whatever. And they were trying to plug that like that was cool, like that was good.
Yeah.
That she's so bored with her family that she gets to sort of escape and be with her boyfriend or whatever through her phone.
Yeah.
And I thought that's a poor message.
Yeah.
It's encouraging the idea that you should, not connect to the real world and just sort of be in this virtual space instead.
Yeah.
Shame on them.
Yeah, shame on you, big tech.
Shame on them.
And you know what, Mark Zuckerberg too, big shame on you.
You know what, Zuck? Shame on you, Zuck.
Yeah.
Does anyone call him Zuck?
Yeah, definitely.
They do? What about Burg?
Burg, I think, would be a...
That's our thing.
Yeah, that's our thing.
Let's make that our thing,
Yo, Burg.
Yo, Burg. Shame on you,
Shame
Burg.
on you, Burg. We're doing David Copperfield voice. We're doing...
Shame on you, Burg. Shame on you, Burg.
I've not, since you mentioned it, stopped thinking about David Copperfield essentially doing black scent on stage.
It was something more than that. It was transcendent of that. It was, I don't know what it was. It was some sort of Southern kind of voice. It was just different.
Yeah, it didn't even...
I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but I mean, I took it down anyway, though, and I liked it.
It was an amalgamation of all kinds of just different American dialect all blended into one.
I think it was the future of dialect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When the world becomes one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It is the one love, one world voice. I think he was the voice of a new generation.
Yeah. He essentially took the vibe from some of Michael Jackson's videos and music, actually
he is kind of truly like the Michael Jackson of magic.
He really is.
And he actually, I think, because he became pretty famous when he was pretty young,
mm-hmm.
I think in a similar way to Michael Jackson, has a sort of, I don't know, disconnect from the I don't know what it's like to be a normal person or whatever.
Yeah. Wait, did David Copperfield blow up as a magician pretty young?
I think so. I think when he was 18 or something like that.
Child
maybe.
prodigy magician?
Maybe. I could be wrong. I think as a teenager, he did become pretty big. And then I think he reminded me of Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And by the way, Michael Jackson, I have a 10-minute Michael Jackson thing on this new special. Just to tie it back to that.
Yeah.
You want Michael Jackson? You're in for it.
Brent's
I'm talking to you, Burg.
Yeah, Burg.
I know Burg wants to hear that Michael Jackson stuff. I got a lot of Michael Jackson.
And all you Burg product users that ripping off Brent's stuff, you better make this shit go viral.
You know what? Go ahead and do such a thing.
Yeah, you better make that shit go viral.
By the way, it's called popular culture, by the way.
Yeah.
In case you're wondering.
And most people would say on Jesus Christ, but we're in the presence of the Jesus Christ of cell phones. So for today, I'm going to say, and that's on Brent. On Brent, you better make this shit go viral. And that is a threat from me to all the Burg product users. I don't know, when you're doing stand-up, I'm not familiar with were you mainly in LA or were you in New York?
I started in the Bay Area.
Oh, okay, got it.
I started in San Francisco,
okay.
So I was based there for about 10 years.
Okay,
and then but I grew up here in Los Angeles, though.
I see.
So, but people think I'm New York though sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You know why?
Why?
Well, I think because I don't know, they don't imagine me being from Los Angeles. And there's no other choice. There's no other option, basically.
No.
So, no, I think maybe they think I seem like I'm some kind of New Yorker or something like that. But
yeah.
And look, I'll be honest with you. When I grew up, I knew I felt like I wanted to be from New York.
Yeah.
Because I liked a lot of movies that I saw from New York. That that kind of had, and I romanticized New York, you know, because I thought it was going to be like the 70s or the 80s, you know?
Right.
I thought I wanted to be like Travis Bickle or something, you know? And, but when I went to New York for the first time, it wasn't what I kind of romanticized it to be. Yeah. And I thought, yeah, this isn't me, you know?
Yeah. You said, fuck.
And I said, you know what?
Frick this, sorry.
Yeah, I'm a Los Angeles guy, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
And that's, if I'm being honest, I'm truly a Los Angeles person, and kind of San Francisco too.
Yeah. I'm going back to LA. Frick this city. Yeah. Frick New York.
Yeah, I looked at this city, I said, this freaking city. Freak this city. And you know what? Freak you too.
Yeah, freak you too.
Freak you too, Berg.
Yeah. I had a lady show I did this weekend. She used frick in that way. Like I could tell.
She said frick. Yeah. I was going freak just now, but because some people can go freak, frick, or frig.
Yeah. But generally I feel like all three are you know, that's the replacement for the F-bomb.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
And so,
well, I was saying as a replacement for, okay, I did a set once on TV and I had to take the F words out. And I was saying get instead. I said, get you. Get you. It kind of worked in a way, you know what I mean? I was like,
how did you
what you talking about? Get you.
How'd you land on get?
I don't know. It kind of just came out, you know? It kind of came out. And then instead of the SH word, I said schnip. I said, get you looking at me like that and schnip. Get you. Or something like that. I was like, what was the other thing I said?
At what point was that decision made? Was that like in real time or just like minutes before? You're like,
no, I think I'd planned it out maybe a year ahead. No, I'm just kidding. It was years in the making, you know? I was thinking if I ever get a TV set, I got to use these words. No, I think it was a week or whenever I got booked for it. It was a week in advance. I thought, all right, what do I say here? And I have a lot of slang words I make up myself anyway. So I thought, okay, get you. That kind of works. It sounds like you're saying something.
Yeah. They bid on it? Like, were they laughing? Did it get the point across the same?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You know what? It's not really about which words you say. Yeah. It's about how you say them.
That's true.
You know, and that's a tip for anybody who, you know, wants to get into magic or whatever.
Yeah,
you know?
if you're, because Brent's a magician.
It's not about, it doesn't matter what you say, it's how you say it.
Right.
That's the most important thing.
Like if you say, now I'm going to cut this lady in half. Well, all right. Now it's kind of sad.
Yeah. But if you say, now I'm gonna cut this lady in half.
Ooh.
Like that, burg. And then it has a whole different
I'm gonna snip this lady in half.
I'm gonna get I'll have to think of a new word for that. I'm gonna dip this lady in. I'm gonna cut this snip.
Was a special like the thing you've been focused on for the last like couple years, or like what have you been working on otherwise? I'm just
well, I mean, look, a lot of material on it is actually from the mid to late 2010s.
Okay.
And except for the closing bit is from the last year or something. That's a new bit, or newer bit. But no, I've been just focused. No, not couple years, maybe not, but the last year, yeah. You know, just shooting it, getting it edited, then trying to sell it. Yeah. And now just trying to get it out and put it out in the way that it can get the most traction, I guess, or something like that. Yeah.
I think worth saying, Brent and I know each other because of another favorite on this show, Andrew Michon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I should put that out there just because. Shout out to you, Andrew. Thank you for your service.
And actually, thank you for your service, Andrew. Andrew actually he helped write some of the bits on this.
Okay, great.
He's helped. He's tagged some stuff for me. And stuff.
Yeah.
He's thanked. He's high up on the thank you list.
Yeah.
He helped write some bits on there.
Hey, man, you made the credits, Andrew.
I mean, I want to say he might even be third or fourth on the thank you.
Hey.
Section. So
that's pretty
good. Thank you for your service.
Dude. Yeah, when I started getting back into stand-up after COVID, Andrew and I did some dates together. And, yeah. Super. I love like just working with him. Like I think he's a
great riffer.
Yeah.
He's just I mean, that's what I mean is, if you have a joke idea and you start riffing with him, you're gonna get some good. You're gonna flesh that thing out.
Good ass snip.
You're gonna that bit's gonna develop into having breasts and
thighs
and all kinds of things.
You'll
buttocks.
You'll turn that bit to a ripe 35-year-old.
Yeah, a ripe 35-year-old male
with a great set of breasts on them
and buttocks too.
Yeah, and buttocks.
The best buttocks in the business, actually.
What do you?
So
once you put this out, what do you think you want to?
I think I just want to kind of maybe probably just work on my body a little more. Get myself swole for the summer.
Yeah, get the gym a little bit.
I mean, look, the summer's coming up. I gotta get those pecs going and stuff. I want to get some rocks going.
You want to look solid. Yeah. For all your street magic that you're going to be doing.
Well, yeah, you got to look. I mean, if you're doing street magic, you got to be buff for it.
Yeah, huge.
I mean, you've seen all the magicians. They're all buff.
Yeah.
I mean, that button-down shirt that Copperfield's wearing.
Yeah.
If you rip that thing off, you're going to see some rocks.
You're going to see a real hard body.
Yeah.
That's the part that David Blaine doesn't show everyone. He's kind of subversive because he always covers up. But
Blaine was he is muscular.
Yeah.
Blaine was muscular.
Yeah.
Angel was muscular.
So I think it's a prerequisite. Like, you're going to do street magic, you have to be.
Blackstone was muscular. That's why his name was Blackstone.
Yeah.
Because it was like rocks.
Hard rocks. Hard rocks. Would be insane character arc for you. Just shave your head, gain like 50 pounds, start doing little steroids.
I mean, you can kind of, I can trick people into making you think I'm buff.
Yeah.
Because I go like this.
And if we just
look up here.
Yeah.
Above.
Yeah, because the neck. The neck.
Get you. Do I look kind of buff like this?
I think so, bro.
Well, that's just a little peek of what's to come this summer. Coming to a beach this summer.
This summer, Brent goes to Miami.
Yeah.
This week on the bonus.
Fuck you. I don't know what the statute of limitation is on stealing cable.
They're definitely coming for him.
Yeah. Yes, genitalia. Anything for you, my love. I went to a Turkish bathhouse once. It was nuts.
Literally?
My was on the hot stone.
Watch the full episode by signing up for a membership at TMG Studios.